This is a 2010 Kenworth T660. Reminiscent still, the cab is the same as the T600 and the W900. The W900 has the bigger, more squared off hood, and the T600 has a more boxy, rounded off hood, and different side skirts and all that. And sorry if it's a little too windy. It just happens to be windy when I do these. So anyway, like I said, this is 2010. They still make this one. It's still in production. This one they started making these at the end of 2007 when the EGR valves were all changed for better exhaust and emissions and all of that. So this is that. This is a regular aero cab sleeper. Take a look under the hood. This is a Cummins ISX. I'm not sure on the horsepower. All depends on how they do it on the computer. But with the new EGR valve set up, they changed the way the intake was on the motor to allow room for it. You have all of your fluids checks on this side. Let's go to the other side. I just informed I'm done getting unloaded. Here's the turbo, give you an idea of how big the turbo is. It's a little bit bigger than my hand. This one's really clean still. It's got just over 400,000 miles on this one. We run 22.5s, low pro tires. This is a rental truck. All it has is the door on the side. So there's actually, right inside the side box door here, there's a latch. You can pull down on the latch and it pops the door open so you can put your groceries in the back without having to crawl all the way through the cab. Let's take a look inside. As we come around this side over here to go inside, the door, it doesn't open real wide and it has a tendency to want to close. With the new design from the T600 to this one, they made the steps lower at the bottom but higher from here to the top, so the distance from here to here is a lot greater for being able to get in and swing your butt up into the seat. I've got a towel on top of this one because it is a rental truck. The floor has a slope to it, so it actually makes it comfortable to put your feet on instead of having a flat floor. This makes it more comfortable to just set your foot here. The pedals are even, so it's nice to go from the accelerator pedal to the brake. The clutch is still way up, but that's normal for the way these are. You have a small pouch on the side. As you can see, I have the leash and basically just a little broom so I can sweep it out from time to time. When we crawl up into here, you notice there's not much space between the seats. That's April. She needs some water. There's not much space between the seats. So the first thing I always do is I always take these armrests off. Inside there's a little deal. You can push the button in and it'll pop right out. And then before I take it back to the rental shop, I'll just push them back in. It's not that big a deal. Here I'm standing on the step so I can look into the sleeper. It does have the top bunk. You can't stand up in the front because you've got this roof right here. So if I'm sitting in the seat, my head comes up to about here and there's not much room above that, but it's cozy. The top bunk, when you put the top bunk down, there's not enough room to sit straight up on the bottom bunk, and your head will hit the top bunk. So leaving the top bunk up is always a must for me. These cabinets don't have doors on them. There is an option for a door that covers onto here where it opens up and the table goes down and sits flat right there for you to be able to work on stuff, whatever. But this one doesn't. I actually kind of like this because if I need to, it's not a long reach, and if I have something right there on that shelf, I can actually get to some of the stuff right there even while driving without it being dangerous. It's got pockets up top. Let's go ahead and sit in the driver's seat. Sit in the driver's seat. It's just close the door. What I like about this is right here this is where my head is. Now I'm 6 foot tall and I'm sitting down. The dash, I like it because it comes up. I feel inside the truck. I feel safe. I can still see everything around me. The other thing is when I turn my head, the A-pillars are thin and the mirrors come out further. So there's actually a gap between the two. They're not directly together, making a big blind spot. Same thing with the other way. The other way, they're spaced out so you can actually see very easily without moving too much in either direction. And you can see everything that you need to see. The other thing I like is these with the drop down window on the door is you can see down easier to vehicles passing you, and you also have the window down there at the bottom, which makes things easier. You have a really nice design that they did. From what I understand, it was somebody from Chevy that did Corvettes and Camaros that designed this dash when they first came out in 2007. So you have a nice cluster gauge. The chrome around the outside of the, I guess you call this a bezel or whatever, the needle lights up. And when you're going down a road, these are actually angled just right so that the reflection of this red shows up all the way around the rings. And it lights them all up really nicely. There's your lights. You've got all your array of switches. This is my old iPhone, and I guess this pocket is for that. It doesn't sit straight. I guess if you had a flip phone, smaller phone, it would work proper. I always use these kind of suction cup mounts. And then, of course, satellite radio. The glove box is pretty decent. It's where I keep my paperwork and everything in there. So then that closes up. There's enough room on the floor over here for a few necessities. I'm on a diet, so I've got all my stuff down there. And then April, she's, like I said, right here. So I got my short shorts on. She's right here, so I can go down the road and I can reach over and I can pet her. Or if you have a female companion or a wife or whatever, you can reach that leg. Let's step around and look into the sleeper. To get to the sleeper, there's actually a step down. It's about 4 inches from here to here, about a 4-inch step. Then you have plenty of floor space there. There's a nice big opening underneath the bed. And then you've got plenty of cabinets on either side. When I stand up, I've probably got about 1.5 feet to the roof. That's all the extra space there is. Then you have an open closet on this side. Another cabinet space and space up top. The bed is an actual full twin size bed. The sheet just barely fits on it. And that's what's really nice about these Kenworths, is they always had a very large bed. This is a standard pillow laid on that, and there's more than enough space. You've got a little bit of, you've got your back controls right here for your air conditioner. You've got a lights up there, speakers. This one doesn't have speakers in there. There's actually like a skylight here. You can pull those back on either side. See, that's from here looking straight up. You can pull those to the side. You have windows up top. Those can pull. You pull all that open, and there is so much light in here. So I'm gonna backing around in, and that's about it. The cup holders are nice. You got 2 cup holders center. So if you have company or whatever, they have their own cup holder and you have yours. There's another pocket down there. That's about it. Here in about 3 weeks, I should be getting my new truck, and probably 2 or 3 weeks after that, I'll do a full review on it. It should be a 2014. I'm thinking it's going to be a 680. We'll see what happens. I'm really hoping that's what it's going to be from what I've been told. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Please rate, comment, give me some thumbs up for having a pretty good rental truck. It's nice. It rides nice. It's a little bouncy. It's a little rough, but that's just the way it always does with these trucks. So hopefully you can hear me. Have yourselves a good day, and until the next video.